All right, good morning, guys. This is 12.3, surface area of pyramids and cones. It is a lot based off of 12.2, where it was surface area of prisms and cylinders. Okay, so again, it's everything you could touch around the outside of the object. And so I'm going to actually page ahead here a little bit and we'll get the formula right away and then go backwards and then do a few problems here. Uh, Before we talk about that, though, yeah, let's go grab the formula and then we'll come back here. So let's go to this page here. Okay, so the formula for surface area of a pyramid. Okay, so we want to get this guy in your notes, and then we want to get the formula that surface area equals capital B, which is the base of the object, plus 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. All right, now let's go back and talk about it a little bit. So on a pyramid, if you break up a pyramid, you'd have a couple triangles and then the base. Now we've talked about how the base is a formula. So like capital B in this hexagon would be 1/2 AP. Okay, so that would be the capital B on this one. Now you got a bunch of triangles, so you could find the area of one triangle and multiply it by, the number of triangles, or you could follow this formula. If you line up all those triangles together, on one big line, and then you just count up how much that is, well, that's called the perimeter. This is called the height, except you're on the side of the pyramid, which is called the slant height. So that's why you multiply it by the slant height. And of course, a triangle is 1/2 base times height, so that's why you got to throw the 1/2 in front. So we tack this together with this, and that's how you get the B plus 1/2 perimeter times slant height. Okay, let's go back here and let's actually do this problem. Okay, now I know it says lateral area. Find the area of each lateral face. The lateral face is everything except the base on the bottom. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I prefer just to find the area of all of it, but here's what it is. So surface area of a pyramid is your base plus 1/2 perimeter times slant height. So this portion of it represents your base, and this portion of it represents your lateral area. Usually on the test or quiz, they just want you to find the whole thing. That's why you put the base together with the lateral area. Okay. All right, let's start filling this in here. So surface area, capital B is always a two-dimensional shape. It's like the base, and this one would be like a rectangle or a square. Either formula would work fine. So let's go with square. Let's go 16 times 16 plus 1/2. And then you got perimeter and slant height. And we already said the base is 16 times 16. 1/2. Okay, now it's really important. The perimeter is the perimeter of the base we just talked about. So the base we said was a square. So if you go 16 times 4, it's 64. And then the slant height. Now remember, the slant height is not the straight up and down height. It's the part that slants from the point of it down to the side of it. It's sort of a bugger until you do this. Okay, so right now we have a right triangle. We go from the center of the object to the outside, from here to here, right in there. Right, and then we see that right triangle. So then you can go c squared equals a squared plus b squared, where c squared is your hypotenuse or your slant height. Off to the side here, we'll go c squared equals, the bottom would be 8. This is really important. Okay, I'll go and I'll draw this arrow. The full length from front to back is 16, but we went from the center of the object, so therefore we use 8 squared plus, and then we have 15 squared. Okay. So I did this one a little earlier, and I know that C equals 17 if you'd figure it out here. C equals... Okay, so I got 17. 17 goes right here. 256 from the first part, plus, remember, just follow PEMDAS, so it's be multiplication be your first step on this part, and then we do separately this part, so plus, and there I'm getting 544. Altogether, the final answer would be 800 centimeters squared. Okay, remember, this is your base. This is your lateral area. Together, that is the total surface area of 800 centimeters squared. Let's rip out the next one. Okay, and keep on going here. All right, here we go. All right, so all of these examples should be going into your notes. I know it's a bugger to draw them, but here we go. So this is a pyramid, and surface area of a pyramid is a base plus, and I always think of a triangle, except I go 1/2 and then perimeter times slant height. Okay, now capital B is a shape, and the shape of the base is a hexagon, so that's 1/2 AP. Remember, let's go little a, little p, so 1/2 AP. Okay, that's my base. I got that done. Now my perimeter times my slant height. Okay, the apothem on this one is 5 square root of 3. Remember, I'm just focusing on the base right now. Just the flat part on the bottom. The apothem is 5 square root of 3. The perimeter of the base, that is the bottom, the hexagon, would be 10, 10, 10 all around, so 10 6 times, that'd be 60. The nice thing about the perimeter on that, guys, you can repeat it over. The perimeter over here is also 60. And now we need the slant height. So we need the distance from the top of the object directly to the side on that triangle, called the slant height. It's really nice on this one. They give you 14. First part, let's run it through your calculator. All right, so this portion is the base, the bottom. This is your lateral area, or all of the triangles going up. Together, you'd get all right. Okay, keep ripping them out here, guys. Next one. So this is a pyramid, so we're going to go surface area equals capital B plus 1/2 perimeter. Oops, let's put the letter P there. Perimeter times slant height. Okay, we have to identify what shape is our capital B. Again, it is a regular polygon. It is a pentagon. The formula for a pentagon is 1/2 AP. Little a p plus, I'm running out of space here, 1/2 perimeter times slant height. Hopefully I can fit that on there. Your apothem on this one is 5.5. Try to write small. There, got it in there. The perimeter is 8, and 8, and 8, 5 times, so it wraps around, and 8 times 5 would be 40. You can repeat that for a perimeter over here, and now we just need the slant height. The slant height goes from the top part to the center of the triangle on the side. It slants down. So we're going to have to make a triangle off to the side. Here's what we know. From the center to the outside is 5.5. From dead center straight up is 4.8. We're going to have to use c squared equals a squared plus b squared. When you're done with this one, c ends up equaling 7.3. 7.3 goes right, yeah, sorry about that. 7.3 goes right here. Okay, multiply the first part out. I hope I have space for this here. I'm gonna move this over here just a little bit. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, there we go. I have room to write the answer. Top part, 110. Plus second part, 146. Together, the base plus the lateral area is 256 meters squared. Okay. This is the last concept of the day, and the formula to use is quite a bit friendlier than the other one. You still have something called a slant height. It's on the outside top part, works to the outside. Your regular height goes straight up and down. and here's the formula. If you would tear it apart, and usually in class with me, I would take the time to show you this, but I have to save some time here. I don't want this video to get too long. The formula is surface area equals, the bottom is a circle, which is your base, which is pi r squared. The cone, or the part on the top, the lateral area, if you would unravel that, it would make a sector, and the area of that sector is found by going pi RL. So you know what this is already. You know what this represents already. Same with this, and that's what's brand new, which is your slant height. All right, let's use that formula and rip out a couple problems. And yep, and there it is right there, just that portion right there. Okay, and here, away we go. Here's what we do. You notice it's a cone, and you notice they want surface area. So the formula is surface area equals pi r squared plus pi r L. Now we just fill in like crazy. Your radius on this problem is 6. And we just need one more number. We need the slant height from the point to the side, and we have a right triangle. We're going to have to use c squared equals a squared plus b squared. And you may remember this one. If this is 6 and this is 8, the hypotenuse is 10. So put 10 right there. 113.04 on this side. Other side, 188.4. Together, final answer. Okay, so the big thing is the formula. Just if you have the formula handy, you really only need to find the radius and the slant height. And this will be the last one. So they have a traffic cone, one of those orange things. We are going to find the lateral area on this guy. So the full out formula is surface area equals pi r squared plus pi r L. Now remember, so far today, this first one has always represented the base. We don't want the base, we just want the lateral area. So we're just going to figure out what goes in there. 3.14 is your pi. Radius on this one is 5.7. And your slant height on this one is going to be found by making a right triangle, radius of 5.7, a height of 18, and using c squared equals a squared plus b squared to find out what this is. 18.9 is what you get. Multiply those three numbers, and you end up getting inches squared. Okay, guys, if you need to look up this video, it's Sargent Silbernagel 12.3. If you have questions, re-watch the video, come in the morning, get help. Other than that, have a great day, everyone.